What's going on, everyone? So the live stream for patch notes 10.5 just recently ended. I'd say about like 5 or 6 hours ago. And instead of watching the drawn out 2 to 2.5 hour live stream, I thought it'd be better to go straight to the patch notes to get to the stuff that we really care about. So yeah, here we are. And by the way, that wasn't really much of a diss to High-Res's stream, because for the most part, I'd say they're pretty entertaining. It's more about watching the 2-hour live stream and then going to the patch notes. Which was like super draining. So it's easier going to the patch notes and saves time too. But let's get into it. Yeah. Also, we're not going to be going over the skins, the cosmetic skins or anything like that. So if you'd like to take a look at that, I'll link it in the description for you to look at. Let's get into the... Let's get into the meat. So I did take a look, and Mike knows too, a little bit. Mr. Michael knows a little bit too about some of the changes, but we don't know too much about the items. I know a couple about the items just because of like Twitter and stuff, but skip past that. Bug fixes, don't really care. Game modes. So I know you haven't seen a little bit of this, or you have, but I forgot to tell you a very interesting thing they did, which I think is the best part of Joust.
Decrease the setup
They
time.
decreased the setup time for Conquest. It was really long. They did like little... These are like small... What's it? I don't know, like... What the fuck's the word?
Like timing changes.
Something of life.
Quality of life.
Quality of life. I don't know why I think of the word. Okay. Quality of life. That's all that. There's nothing really too game breaking or anything like super cool. It's just like small things that are going to be better for like lower rank people. But Joust and Duel. What does this say?
Oh.
It's about fucking time.
About fucking time, dude. That shit is so fucking quick.
It's about fucking time, dude.
You didn't have any time to really think about like what you had to build. Is like half the time you just barely buy your stuff and manage to make it to speed buff. Yeah,
and they're actually upgrading the base passive 6 gold you get per second to 7, which I think is really good. I'm going to be doing a video on this. I have actually an outline for all of this, so I'm definitely going to go more in depth with this and probably not go too much in depth here other than like initial thoughts. But yeah, this is going to be good. They return to the Chinese Sky Joust map, which is...
I'm not a big fan
of it. I don't like it.
I
don't care about this.
It's been around for too long. If anything, either keep the mount that we have now. I think it's perfect for Joust, or make another one if you're interested in changing it up.
Don't go.
The Chinese Sky Joust map I feel like is just good for duel, but for 3 people versus 3v3, it's just too crowded. It's too small. It's too narrow. There's nothing interesting going on other than I don't understand why they go back and forth between this map and the other map. The other map is just better in terms of like everything. I feel like.
They release. We already know most of this, but they remove starter items, which have some great implications on it. On that mode.
That's kind of big.
XP sharing 75 to 0.55. So that's also...
actually, now that I think about it, starter items being removed. That's a huge nerf to tanks, because Sentinels was a big item for protections, like getting a crap ton of protections, and then same thing with like heroism, saving your carries. But in terms of like just protections, that item gave you a bunch of protections at level 15, huge power spike. And then a lot of tanks utilize like axe as well for just to get their damage off. Now they don't have that anymore, so now they actually have to build damage items if they want to do anything substantial other than just being tanky.
Right. They're adding the blue buff or purple buff similar to the Conquest one, to where if you remember the Chinese map for Duel, if you played Duel or if you played old Joust back in like season 3 or whatever the hell, and actually not too long ago, there was an XP buff adjacent to the Bull Demon King, and I believe that's gonna be changed with the purple buff, and it's gonna be similar to Conquest, except I think the base, the passive I think is a little different. I don't remember what the attack speed is. I'm not an ADC main in Conquest. But it's prot shreds. Who would have thought? So that's gonna be interesting. That might actually make ADCs better. It definitely does. I have an outline for that as well. I have an outline for all this actually, but
this is just for Joust, right? These buff changes.
yeah, there's another duel. There's another change. They actually did a couple things to duel as well, which is interesting because I saw those as well.
These don't. This what I'm reading here doesn't carry over to Conquest, right? This is
No, all
Joust.
this is Conquest. I'm sorry, Joust. Conquest is right here.
Okay, it says Joust only.
Yeah.
There we go.
All
right.
And I just told you this blue buff. Not you.
50
I told Mike.
MP5.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
It is helpful. I think their idea was
so many times where like tanks and assassins are so bad on. They're so starved for mana, dude.
I think what's going to happen is it's either not going to perform as well as the starter items, or it's going to be a new baseline, because the starter items like Sands of Time and Sentinels actually gave you MP5.
Yeah.
And so now that we aren't allowed to have that, and there's no early MP5 except like one item, then
I'm starting to think that it might turn into a meta that if people are so reliant on this blue buff, because now you don't have starter items that provide you mana. That means, well, first of all, I feel like because of this, Book of Thoth is going to be a must-have on like almost every mage just to have mana, honestly.
It might be, although I was thinking Chronos as well, because Chronos has a lot of MP5 and it also gives you cooldown too.
Well, that could be good too.
Because that would take place of Sands of Time for that cooldown as well. So
right. But I feel like, yeah, I mean, it could go either or.
Either or.
But I'm also saying that I'm thinking that it might be a meta for you to try to invade blue buff, like even early on, or even just like throughout the game, trying your best to like invade blue buff as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that big of like an incentive to do it, in this current Joust map, and this because of the starter items and everything. Like if you were ahead and you were nearby, then yeah, don't take it. But like it wasn't that big. It wasn't that big of a deal if your blue buff got stolen. I feel like if your blue buff gets stolen after this change, you're kind of like your team is just extremely impeded, honestly.
Well,
you have like no mana at all.
I know you.
Beginning stages at least.
I know you remember this. Specifically on the last map, the Chinese map, the one from season 3 that we're going back to now. Your blue buff would always, all the time, either get stolen, or you stole their blue buff, or like very rarely would you guys get your own blue buff, because of how small the map is and how unpunished you go.
It's so easy to just walk over there, like because in this current map, it's like if you walk over to the enemy team's blue buff, if you get caught, it's like
yeah, you're fucked. It's so out of position.
You're fucked. You're so out of position. Here, it's like it's such a short distance, easy for your team to rotate and help you out, and it's easy for you to even escape on your own with just or if your god has like a movement ability, you can easily get out.
Also, another thing is with the Chinese map, there's no farm on the map. In the one that we have now, the Jade one, you have so much farm on the map in terms of Joust that there's no point of going for blue.
Stolen, you can, even if there's no point of going the blue, and even if your blue buff does get stolen, you can still recomp that by getting XP camps.
So if this is
like this is gonna be a meta, this is gonna be like a snowball effect. I feel like it's gonna be not only you stealing what little farm there is on the map, but you're also stealing their ability to really create pressure, because they won't have the ability to use abilities because they won't have any mana.
Yeah.
And then that'll cause the enemy team to get up in levels and just be able to steal even more, and etc. etc. I don't think this is a good change, to be honest. I think personally this just support the
incentivizes.
Reverting back to the old, this reverts all to the old map plus these changes. It just incentivizes snowballing. It just exacerbates snowballing. I don't think like it makes it harder for you to get out of a deficit.
It snowballs even more.
And when people realize that, you're gonna get more people. Just like if you have like a subtle little error, like if you're all like one level down, or you have a slight gold deficit compared to the team you're going up against, people are gonna leave and rage quit faster just to get to the next queue.
Yeah,
you're gonna see more of that.
I will say though,
this is all just speculation, but I feel like it's warranted just because this just doesn't seem. I don't know. That's just what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. I will say though, the further we go down this list is gonna make things change a lot more to where potential snowball might actually be nullified by sitting under the fucking tower, which we'll get underneath after this. But next up, red buff. This actually is unchanged. I looked this up because I didn't know the specifics, but they literally just copied and pasted what it already is here. I guess that's why they put unchanged here. I don't know why they needed to put this here if nothing's changed. But red buff is the same. Tower and Phoenixes now have protection shred debuff to gods that lasts 3 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times, 8% on physical and 6% on magical. So 24 and 18 at max. So plus T1 tower has increased power from 170 to 235.
Yeah, it's kind of big, boy. That's huge.
So this is disgusting.
That's just T1 though, but it's still T1.
You can't siege.
That's disgusting.
You can't really siege.
Not really. No, you can't.
Because if they buy Amp Armor, you just buy Amp Armor.
Yeah.
And actually, at the end of the day, if the opposing, so this is how Amp Armor works. They actually buffed a little bit, but I think it's always worked like that for the past couple seasons. You guys both buy Amp Armor. The one defending always has the advantage.
More attack speed.
Yeah.
And it's like 50% attack speed increase for your towers, and then it's a 40% decrease attack speed for enemy towers. So
yeah.
You have 2 Amp Armors, you still have a net 10% increase.
So either each team, this is how it goes. Either each team, if they're smart, this is the only thing that can happen. If they're smart, of course. Either both buy Amp Armor or you both don't buy Amp Armor at all. And either way, the people sieging will always have a negative. Because if you buy Amp Armor, you're still getting prot shredded, plus you're getting Amp Armored. So you're getting attacked more. If you guys both don't buy Amp Armor, then you're still getting prot shredded, and so nothing happens. So this is just like an all-around nerf, like all around. I don't see how this.
You know what's crazy too is that I'm pretty sure this is separate from, because this type of shred is specific to the towers, and it's not applied to any items or god effects. Pretty sure, like if you were to build like Executioner or Demonic Grasp, it stacks.
Oh,
so
with this
on top of
so I think so.
Shred combined with even more prot shred.
Plus,
so if you have like a skull with Demonic Grasp, you can potentially get up to around 50%.
Plus purple buff if you have it.
Yeah, plus purple buff. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
So you can turn like a Guardian's like 300 prots into like they're trying to siege you and tank, and you have the purple buff and you have Demonic Grasp.
Yeah, and then
turn that into like 100 and fucking, I don't know, 130 protection Guardian, which is kind of disgusting.
Yeah, so that's gonna be ridiculous. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say that I think ADCs. I say this again in my outline for my video I'm gonna be making soon. Very briefly, I think this is gonna make ADCs better. Like a lot better than they always have been.
Well, not only that, I think it's gonna be better because of how more dangerous the tier 1 is. I think you're gonna prioritize your ability to siege, and well, not only damage to the tower, which ADCs obviously are the best choice, but ability to get the Bull Demon down as fast as possible in order to mitigate it. Also ADCs, so I think ADCs are gonna be really good in Joust from this, which they already are, but I think they're gonna be like a staple now because of this.
Yep. It's kind of what they were doing anyway, so and then we have smaller little nerfs here. I'm sorry, nerfs changes, I guess. So lane minions are going to have increased health, power, protections. However, the reason this is a thing is because it's supposed to, well, it says right here, achieve parity with Conquest lane minions. So essentially they're just equivocating it to Conquest's minions. So there's really, if you play Conquest, there's not really that big of a difference in terms of stats.
Not really. I mean, I think that's kind of a weird reason because there's 2 completely separate game modes, so I don't see the reason why they would do this.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Just because, I guess. I don't know.
Just because, I guess. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, this could be a big deal, but
not really.
I don't know.
They increased base gold reward for swordsman, archer, and brute. Brute being the 1 minion in the middle, 3 archers in the back, and I think 2 swordsmen still left and the right. And then they increased XP for brute. So you're getting a little bit more of this. However, if you go down here, buff camps, the buff holder, the one that holds the buff, has decreased XP, basically cut in half. And the same can be said about the gold. So I think all of this right here sort of just counterbalances a little bit. And they also increase XP from here for the small 2x and decrease gold by 1.
Basically, essentially, the wave is even. It was already more important than buffs, to be honest.
Yeah.
But now it's definitely way more important than getting buffs.
Yeah.
If you ever see somebody missing wave to get a buff, then it's just like, yeah, no.
Also not going to be as detrimental. So I'm guessing you only get 30 if you split it. Right? I think so. And yeah, that's all the Joust changes. Even though, I mean, that's still a lot for Joust.
I guess we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, no, I
personally kind of like it the way it is. I'm not sure how I feel about getting rid of the starter items. We'll have to see. I think that's a huge nerf to tanks, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it again and for the last time. I go over all this more in depth in my next video for ranked, and then also the I just had a brain fart. I go into like the starter items, what it means, what it doesn't mean, what like certain. I make some assumptions too of what I think is gonna happen, like really, particularly in depth in terms of items and stuff like that. But for the most part, what we said here is sort of a general guideline of how Joust will be. So, moving on to Duel. They didn't add as much here, but they had like a couple small things here. They added a Duel Orb. Where now, upon a god death, they pick up a Duel Orb, and the Duel Orb it remains on the ground for 5 seconds, so you have to get it quickly. So if you kill somebody in a tower, I don't know how that. You have to like take a couple tower shots to get the Duel Orb. I don't know how that works.
Kind of like throwing an AMC ult and trying to get the spike.
Yeah, sort of like that. But it grants a buff for 15 seconds. You get movement speed for 20, and basic attack stun tower and phoenixes for 3 seconds. And bypass 50% of backdoor protections. So you're going to be doing a lot of damage for the 3 seconds it's down. So I can definitely see this with ADCs, obviously getting a tower just right out just by using 1 Duel Orb and killing the Titan after that, to be honest. Or I could see mage gods like Scylla, who build poly, really fucking capitalize this off of this and like half hit a fucking Phoenix.
Now, is this basic attack stun towers and phoenixes for 3 seconds? Is that only applied once you hit them with an auto attack once, or is it for the entirety duration of 15 seconds? So if you're just autoing a Phoenix, as long as you have that buff for 15 seconds, it'll keep reapplying it for 3 seconds, so you can just, it's basically like the Phoenix is down while you're attacking it.
I do not know.
Because that's how it reads to me. And if that's the case, that seems kind of overpowered.
Yeah, it's not very clear. If it only applies once for 3 seconds, but you still have like the other effects like movement speed, then it's whatever.
That still seems very good, but balanced. If it's the way it reads, where it just like keeps reapplying.
Yeah.
It doesn't clarify like your first basic attack. This basic attacks stun towers for 3 seconds.
Okay, so this literally is like an 18-second fucking.
Yeah, so if you kill somebody, then you immediately start attacking the tower after you pick it up. Or if you're right next to the Phoenix, you pick it up, you sort of just like walk into, maybe tank 1 tower shot before you get the auto attack off. Then for 18, you can easily, at any point in the game, you get a kill essentially. You can, because that's essentially Bull Demon for 18 seconds.
If that's how it is, yeah.
With impunity, just attack it down. That's how it reads. Maybe it is just the first auto attack for only 3 seconds. If that's the case, I think it's a lot more balanced, and that's still very good. Very, very good fucking thing off a kill. If it's the former, then I think that's a little too much. I think it's a little OP. I think like a little punishing for getting a kill, especially since like it seems, if somebody's above the other god too, like if you're snowballing and you're like a level up or 2 levels up and you keep farming the enemy, then this kind of, again, this just kind of supports or incentivizes snowballs essentially. Like the winners keep winning.
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. I hope it's not the latter, but yeah. So moving on, let's see. Buff guard. Small Tiger, increased base health from 90 to 250, which is interesting. I guess it's gonna be harder for the smaller ones, I guess. I don't know why they did that. This camp now spawns 3 Small Tiger. Oh no, this is the XP camp. So this is the okay, well, I have to reorient myself now because
this is
Jade Dragon.
The current Joust map. Yeah, so this is the XP camp.
So the 3 XP camps.
So this is the mid and the sides.
Yeah. Both
the sides and this. So instead of 2 of the harpies, it's now in each spot.
3 small tigers.
Okay. It's 3 tigers.
3 small tigers.
3 tigers. Yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't really anything. So dual orb's pretty cool. But this is whatever. I don't really care too much about that. And then, brace yourselves. Brace yourselves.
Bloodforge.
All right. Wait, I want to read this first. What the fuck is this? Oh,
damage mitigation.
yes. This is what I wanted. If I'm reading this right.
Percent damage.
Damage mitigation from items will now be capped at 25%.
25.
So
the mitigation. Okay, so mitigation builds are just dog shit now. They're just bad, or they're you can't build them anymore.
Yeah.
Essentially, if you build prophetic to its full effect,
you're getting capped.
And then spirit robe, you're over capping by 5%. If you build Onis and spirit robe, you're essentially hitting the cap. If you build a Lono's mask with like prophetic, you're hitting the cap.
So I think the idea of percent damage mitigation and I think true damage should have something like that as well. I think the idea of a cap.
These stats in the game.
I think a cap is good. Now 25%. I don't know. I think it should be bumped up a little bit more. But I
mean, this is just from items though, so it still stacks with God. So like Osiris.
To be fair though, damage mitigation as a build was so fucking cringe. Like,
it was cringe, but at the same time, it wasn't cringe currently. Like, it's still, this just makes tanks even. I'm not saying it's a good thing, like having a bunch of damage mitigation builds, but that wasn't really our current problem. It was a problem, like, back in the initial patches of season 10, but the season of Hope, damage honestly is like crit, everything, which obviously we've already heard of, like crit changes and all that, but like crit and like a lot of like mid damage and all that, like Soul Lane has been shafted this entire time for the most part. They've been, well, they got buffed recently. They've been doing better, but for the most part this season they've been kind of being shafted as essentially besides the beginning patches of the game when the mitigation builds were insane. I guess I did hear that there was like a big crit nerf, so maybe this is proportional.
Yeah, maybe.
They're trying to nerf tanks as well as damage dealers to kind of, to not make it a tank meta.
I think a lot of things should be capped. I think crit should maybe be capped as well. I don't really feel like crit should be, you're able to get 100% crit.
100% crit chance.
It's a little weird to me. Same with true damage. Like,
I don't like the concept of true damage at all, to be honest.
I'd be okay with it if it had a cap. Okay.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not a big fan of true damage.
Bloodforge revert. They just nerfed it. They nerfed it like a week ago.
Okay, let's see. So, so it's basically the same as it used to be. Okay. So 20 more power essentially. So it's basically just where it's at. So it's essentially has everything it had before when it was
the attack speed.
It doesn't have attack speed.
But no, the movement speed. It didn't have movement speed before, did it? Or did it?
Well, like last season.
Yeah.
No, it did.
Did it?
Well, okay. If you're talking about like the original Bloodforge, it used to only have.
I'm talking about season.
And lifesteal.
Like last season.
Like season. Well, the 7% movement speed was added last season, but it wasn't until like the middle or later of the season. Like beginning of
Okay, yeah.
about beginning of season 9, yeah, it was only 75 power and 10% lifesteal. But
Yeah.
by the mid
Also.
to late season of Bloodforge, it got the 7% movement speed. This item has just been kind of, no one was really building this, even though it had a lot of power and a lot of utility. They just started adding, because to incentivize people building it, they start adding like stats on it. So like by the end of season 9, they added they added the movement speed. Then at the beginning of season 10, I believe, is when they added the attack speed.
Yeah.
And then it just became like, wait, this item has a shit ton of power, some lifesteal, movement speed, attack speed for carries, and then it's got a sick passive too. So then why wouldn't you build it? People started looking at it. I think this item is actually even good in this state as well. It was actually even good back in season 9 as well. People just weren't picking up because it was getting outshone by other methods.
I define this item as a sleeper item. It wasn't until like the end of season 9 that people started picking it up, and then it got buffed. It was such a good late game item, and that's the purpose of the item. Right. It's one of those things where there's like a thing in, it's not realized, like a specific god or a specific item is not realized, but it's always been there and it's always been good. It just needs to get identified, and I think that's what it was at season 9. And in season 10 they're like, yeah, let's buff it. It's like, no, it's already good.
So the trade-off here, if you think about it, like if instead of thinking about like a Reaver, if you're thinking about it like in today's meta, comparing like it's a 1-to-1 nerf or a 1-to-1 shift, I suppose, you're essentially from one patch to another, you're essentially trading off 20 power for getting rid of
attack speed.
You're gaining 20 power and reducing it 10% attack speed. I honestly feel that's a buff.
I think, was this here before though? The 10% movement speed? I don't think this was here.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
The movement, you get movement speed in the passive when you kill somebody. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was there.
Oh damn, I guess I didn't read that.
You get a shield and movement speed. But gaining 20 power back in exchange for getting rid of the attack speed, that honestly should have never been there in the first place.
Yeah, I think this item is definitely going to be a staple on Assassins. And I don't think this is going to be...
I still think you might be able to throw it into an ADC build.
It's just not going to be as good.
It's going to be a little harder because it doesn't have attack speed.
Yeah. Breastplate of Regrowth.
Definitely an assassin.
Yeah, definitely.
Breastplate of Regrowth. Let's see. Nerf.
Oh my god, I can't believe this bitch is fucking 2,000. This was 2,000 gold. It's still cheap as hell. For all the bloated stats it gives you,
2250.
That's still cheap as fuck, dude. No?
That's still cheap as hell.
I'm still buying this.
I'm still buying it. That's still cheap as hell.
It didn't change any of the problems.
Didn't I just talk about like how high-res should like focus on some of the items that
we were just talking about this?
And nobody thinks about.
Oh wait! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, we were just talking about all this shit.
I literally went on a rant the other day about like things like, oh, when's the last time you saw anybody build Cannoneer's Cuirass or Phalanx buff?
Who the fuck builds that?
Or Stone Gaia? Who builds these items? No one builds these items. And then it's like Hires is focusing on all these like meta items like shifting and all that. Where like all these other items in the game, what are they doing with them? No one's building them.
Yeah, this is what I guess was gonna happen.
This is literally what I was asking for, and I'm actually thankful that they're looking at them for once. Decrease the 2,000. Now,
yeah,
that's super cheap. And then what are the base stats on it? Doesn't it give you like is it 35 or 40 of each prot?
I think it's
like
35.
That's pretty good for 2,000 cost. And
increased damage per level from 5 to 10. This is
Decreased gold provided from 20. So decreased gold.
Decreased cooldown. Yeah, you said that.
I said decrease the cooldown from 20 seconds
like
to
13.
12. I said 12 or 13. They actually went fucking baller. 7 seconds.
Is this gonna be another fucking benevolence?
Benevolence. Season 9 benevolence.
What's the passive now?
Every lane was building it, and everyone was getting extremely high in gold.
Your next successful basic attack on an enemy lane minion causes it to explode instead of killing it. 50 magical damage to enemies in a small area, providing 15 bonus gold to your nearest ally.
Honestly, I think that's a little bit of an overtune. I think it's gonna be built a lot more. Now, granted, this is only for your ADC for the most part. This is a support only item. You're not because whenever you explodes, it's only to an ally. We already tested this out. for anybody that's never built Cuirass before. We've actually tested this in the beginning.
This actually might be better in Joust than it is Conquest. Think about it,
Yeah,
because you're always going to be near your fucking...
You're always going to be near your allies, and then
it's gold.
I don't think it gives gold to both your allies, though. I think it only gives it to one.
No, it's just one, but still, I think this is going to be... Oh my god, and it's 2,000 gold. I think this is going to be meta for Joust.
Yes, Joust is going to be really good. 15 bonus gold every... And then you wonder how... Every 7 seconds, that's a lot.
7 times...
7 seconds. Like, to put that in perspective, like, what is it, like, let's just say it's 10 seconds, even though it's not. Like, every minute that if you're like perfect on this, and like every minute, that's like an extra 150 gold.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. This actually might be
more than that because it's 7 seconds and not 10 seconds.
Yeah, this actually might be a substitute for like Sentinels or Benevolence for the starters. This actually might be a go-to because it actually gives you protections for both, right? Mystical and magical.
Oh, I see where you're getting at. Because okay, this actually actually no, I think this is going to be meta on tanks.
This might be first item bought.
This is going to be replaced. This is essentially going to just be Sentinels, except you get it on. Honestly, you get more gold earlier on than when you upgrade, because Sentinels essentially gave you health and both protections. Now this gives you health and both protections as well. Granted, it's not as much. Like Sentinels is going to make you more tanky than this would.
Yeah.
But it fulfills the same purpose where it gives you health protections of both kind. And then gives you gold. This gives you gold as well.
I think this is better than Sentinels up until obviously Sentinels you get it off right away. That's the only difference. But this is going to be giving more.
Well, not only that, but Sentinels was only giving you extra gold, not your teammates. This is giving your teammates extra gold, so you're actually being more of a support this way.
Wait,
I think this is really good.
What if 2 tanks bought this?
They do stack.
Oh no.
Well, they don't. It's not like so. If you have like a team of 3, it's only gonna give the gold to the nearest ally. It's not gonna give to both of them.
No, I know.
You. But if you're
still...
both of you, say if you have double tank and you have double harass, you could either be giving like, well, you could just be giving each other the 2 tanks if they're near each other, like just more gold, or if just so happened you could just be feeding your mage or feeding your ADC a support. Gold.
Also, if you killed a big minion, this is actually good clear too, especially if you have 2 fucking... We're gonna have to do some theory crafting.
This is only on lane minions. This isn't on side.
Lane minion?
Only works on it only works on lane minions. It doesn't work on jungle camps.
No, I know. I'm talking. This will be wave clear will be a lot better. You'll be able to kill the big.
Oh, the big minion.
Yeah, and then the minion next to it. That's 2 minions dead if you have 2 tanks. If it's just 1, it's still 1, and you still get to clear wave easier. But still, we're gonna have to theory craft this. I still think
the extra gold would be insane. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be really fucking good. Actually,
this might be decent in Conquest too, because we have Sentinels or whatever. Because all the support starters honestly give you gold. Give yourself gold. You can be giving yourself extra gold, and then your ADC extra gold as well, or your mid when you go to mid.
Yeah. Did we just spot a meta? I think we did.
Specifically for Joust, I think this is extremely good. I think for Conquest it's good. It could be decent, but I don't think it's as...
No, it's definitely not good.
But Joust is just because you're always near the wave, and especially now that they changed the map to the Chinese map, where it's so close quarters, like you're always at the wave with your teammates, and you're always going to get this, essentially.
Absolutely.
Granted, you have to walk up to the wave and explode the minion, but that's honestly
that's not hard
to do, especially since you're tanky.
You also get this item. There's no starters, so you get 1,500. No. You're gonna be able to buy this at like 1 minute into the game.
No, yeah, you can buy tier 2 of this in like a pot, and then I think after like the first minion wave,
just go back.
After like you get like blue buff and maybe fight for red buff or just get wave, and then like after like 1 minute, it's like, all right, I'm gonna get this. Both you and your ally. If you get like double of this, you can just both go back and get it.
Oh my.
Not only does this help your wave clear faster, but it helps you snowball.
Oh wait, I just thought of some cheese. What if you held the wave? What if you just held the wave? Oh no!
Like, I mean, you could hold the wave, but at the same time, I don't think that's as. I mean, you could do that, but I don't think you're I don't think that would really work in reality because the enemy would just try to dog on you
Well,
while
what
you're
if they?
trying to
No,
do.
no, no, not every scenario, but I'm just thinking hypothetical situations. They're like they clear the wave and they go straight to their blue, and you have enough to
Oh,
protections. You're just standing there. You
oh,
get
or
like an
like they all
extra
back
30
or
gold.
something, or like they're going and doing
Yeah,
something. They're doing like they're doing like the purple buff or something, and the wave is coming by. It's like,
yeah.
oh, let me just wait. Let me just
Let me just stay here.
proxy this real quick.
Oh
Let me
no,
just get
because
extra
it's only
gold from
7
people.
seconds. That's so short.
You know what would be perfect for this too is if you have double of this, you can in order to ensure that your mid or your major your damage dealer gets it, you could just have them stand in between the two of you.
Oh no. Oh no. This is not gonna be good. Oh.
Then it's like assured that they're the ones that's gonna get a bunch of farm.
Oh no.
Imagine you're gonna see like stats. I swear to God, if people like optimize this well, you're gonna see like, how is it that these two guys only have like Cannoneer's Cuirass and like maybe a Gauntlet of Thieves, but their fucking carry already has their 5th item online? What is this?
Yeah, this might be. I think this is. I don't know yet, but this looks ridiculous.
Because you think about it, we already said that if you're optimizing it for like every minute or so, that's like above 150 gold.
Yeah.
2 people, that's 300 gold per minute. More than that,
Jesus
actually.
Christ.
Plus,
It's like a kill, dude.
Plus the passive gold is going up too.
Yeah, that's like getting a kill per minute, or per 2 minutes. That's actually ridiculous.
We'll have to test that out. We might just be like having a wet dream here. But
Yeah, we might be, but it seems like it's disgusting.
The implications of that seem very fruitful, to be honest.
All right, so Phalanx. Phalanx.
I
What did this
honestly
item
forget
do
what
again?
Item does. It's something to do with minions.
You now gain some of the buff effects that ally minions obtain with. Oh wait, it buffs the minions. That's right. You now gain. Oh wait, now you gain some of the buff effects that ally minions obtain with each stack. When you're basic attacked by an enemy god, you and friendly lane minions within 40 units gain a stack up to max of 3. Stacks provide 10% attack speed and 7 of each protection for 8 seconds. Yeah. Minion.
You get 20. You get 21 of each protection and 30% attack speed. Plus I think this item has like what? Isn't it 60 physical prots?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
magical.
Or something.
Pretty sure it's magical. Am I trolling? I don't remember.
I still think this is a bad
Niche.
item.
This is actually really niche. Basic
The
attacks.
reason why, well, not just that. I mean, like, because here's the thing. Well, now, because it affects you too. Now, I suppose it has a little bit more of a niche. Like, it could be useful even outside of the lane because you're getting 30% attack speed and 21 of each protections if you're like getting auto attacked by like a Bologna or something or any other auto attack god. But that's not really a lot to warrant it. And also, this item specifically, out of like every other god, every other item in Smite is like directly tied to the laning phase. And if any item that's specifically used for just the laning phase, it's not going to be a good item. Because once you hit late game where the actual important things are going on, where you're getting objectives, you're actually doing team fights, this item is like essentially you're better off just selling it. If you have to sell an item late game, you might as well just not have it in the first place.
Yeah.
Now there are like exceptions to that, like people sell Golden Blade late game and all that, but Golden Blade is a little bit of exception because Golden Blade you can honestly keep at the end too. It's not like it's horrible at the end.
Yeah.
But this is just kind of like
meh.
Nah.
All right, Son of Gaia. How the Mighty has fallen. If you remember, season 8.
Yeah, I think it was like beginning of season 9. I think they nerfed the shit out of this. I think it was like they reduced the passive by half. It used to be 15% of your total health. That was like 7, and the amount of time between each proc was shorter, but now it's longer. Decreased cost. Damn, these are some really cheap items now.
I know.
The other one, honestly, I think the Cuirass needs to be a lot more expensive. Considering like the only 2 that it's like such a cheap item for all those stats plus the passive with the gold, dude. It's gonna be insane. But Son of Gaia, so they decreased the cooldown 20. That's significant. That's 25% increase in times that you can use it. Cheaper. I mean, I don't think Stone of Gaia is a horrible item.
No, it's
Has its
fine.
uses,
It's definitely better
especially
now.
in this, especially in this like. Well, they actually did nerf the passive on it to recently just to match the healing reduction
Yeah.
patch, but
I can definitely
not
see this
bad.
being built like on a King Arthur.
But yeah,
But
other than that, I don't think
still
you're
gonna be
gonna see a
niche.
whole lot of use out of it. I think they have to increase the healing, honestly, to
Yeah.
make this actually worthwhile. Maybe even I would honestly, whenever it procs, I would honestly just give it like maybe you get like 15% increased movement speed along with the healing. I don't think that's like a huge buff. To be honest, it's not like it's giving you power or protections. I think like this
Oh yeah, I
thing, it
forgot this
just
gives
needs
you no
something else.
protections.
No, it gives you no. It's literally just you just buy it
Health.
and you get health, and then the passive is literally just health.
Yep.
Passively health, and then whenever you get CC'd, you get health. I think that there needs to be more than just that. I don't think you should just add power or protections or anything because like Regrowth does that. Now apparently Spectral does that from what we've seen, but
Yep.
I think that like just for survivability reasons, like if you're getting CC, I feel like you should get movement speed. I think that would be a good change if they were to implement that.
Right.
But so far, I don't think that's going to be worth buying. It's going to be in the same spot it's always been.
Now,
Reworked
I did know
passive.
about this one. I think I told you. This
You did
item is
mention it.
really good.
Yeah, this is going to be this is going to be either a must buy or it's just going to be a massive deterrent to crit builds now.
Yep.
You're either not going to build this item because there's nobody building crit, or you're going to 100% be building this if you see crit
Yeah,
on
this
the
is exactly
team.
what I was thinking.
Because of I've been saying this for so long. I think I mentioned this just recently when I was like harping on some of the items, including like some of the state of the game. This is like a long time coming. I've been mentioning this like a few months ago. It's like, why isn't Spectral Armor, or why don't they have like, specifically Spectral Armor, but like even if they were to implement a new item into the games, like why is there no crit reduction or some sort of crit counter that's an aura item? Because like Spectral, you buy Spectral and then it only helps you out, and most of the time it's like the people that are getting ruined by crit are usually the squishies. Well, everybody suffers, but especially the squishies get ruined by crit.
Yeah.
This is great. I like this a lot. I've been asking for like the longest time to make Spectral an aura item. Make Spectral, and then they actually went above. Honestly, I would have been happy if they.
It's weird.
I was gonna say, I would have been happy alone if they
It's
just
just the
changed
aura.
that alone. Yeah, that's enough. But like
This is a
they went
little,
above and beyond. They even gave you power, which 45 power after getting hit 3 times with crit. That's not huge. I mean, that's actually a decent.
This
chunk.
is
That's a
if you
decent
put
chunk of
this on
power.
solo.
But also you have to think about like you have to get think about it. You even with a 30% reduction, if you get hit 3 and you get 3 times hit with crit, you're already chunked down for maybe a quarter of your health now.
As a solo.
Yeah, you get crit 3 times.
Yeah,
It's like
but
a
I
quarter of your
think
health now.
even more power is just gonna make it that much more like, oh, I can't kill this warrior because he's just killing me with his power.
You're just murdering me. Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think that's a really good change. I think they might have went a little overboard with the power change, but.
So War Flag, apparently War Flag never worked. This passive just never worked. Apparently, I don't know what the hell happened. What happened with this? I sort of just avoided it, but apparently it never did. But now this item provides gold per enemy minion / jungle monster assist rather than requiring having the lowest gold on your team. Than having the lowest gold on your team.
I think this might have gotten like lumped in with Sentinels, because remember Sentinels?
Yeah, it's lowest gold, but this one doesn't have it anymore, right?
Well, I think this thing, I don't think War Flag was ever meant to have that passive, but it got lumped in on top of with Sentinel. I think that's what they're referencing. And it was like this thing was having the effect like Sentinels, where like if you didn't have the least amount of gold, it wasn't working, but it was never supposed to be like that. Even if you didn't have the lowest gold, you were still supposed to get gold.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess they're just fixing that.
Hell nerf. I'm not too sure that I really cared about Hell. Maybe I just didn't see enough of it.
Al wasn't really being played all too often when we played, and when she wasn't. I mean, she was good. She wasn't like all too oppressive though.
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
they're
be
going a
mad at
little
it.
bit-
Hell, not nerf though. So
No, I'm not. I don't think it's like unjust. I think she's fine where she's at. I think this is fine, I guess.
yeah, it's just
I
her
don't think
healing.
It's like too marked though. Yeah, it's mainly just her healing though.
Yeah. Right. So
Hercules
0.9.
is damn. His ally healing is half for minions.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, her healing is pretty decently nerfed. 4 per level. Plus -10 on base.
That's pretty
Yeah.
nerfed.
Oh. I don't mind. I don't really like healing to be honest. It kind of pisses me off. So. Hercules nerf. Yes.
This is
Yes.
a revert.
Yes. Get this thing
This is
out.
This is a revert because they at the beginning of the season I think they decreased both of these cooldowns and they're just increasing them again. So basically season 9. It's just season 9 Herc with reduced healing from the.
I still
last
think he's
patch.
gonna be just as good. I'm still banning him in Joust because they didn't
No,
change
he's still gonna be
anything.
good. They didn't change the power. They
regrowth.
didn't change any of that stuff.
They didn't change
They didn't
regrowth
change
at all.
regrowth.
It's what
They didn't
150
increase the cost.
more? Who the fuck cares? Nobody cares.
It's still a cheap item. It's still 2250. That's cheap.
I think he's an S tier fucking god. I remember we put him in A or whatever the hell. I think he's S tier. Yeah, he's just so annoying. I don't know, man. Fuck this god.
Horus, honestly,
Oh
warranted.
my god,
That shit was-
absolutely warranted. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Where's the Baka? There has to be Baka here, right? Because the fucking cooldown is ridiculous. This is good.
The cooldown. I mean, they. What was it? It used to be like what? It was
16, 17 something. I don't
and
know.
then they reduced it to 10%. I remember during that those patch notes, we got the Horus, and I was like,
What the
"Whoa!"
fuck? Yeah,
I was
shit
like,
was
"Whoa,
wild.
What the fuck? I was like, they literally cut that shit almost in half. I literally mentioned I think they should have reduced it to maybe 12 or 13.
Yeah, this is
and that was
good.
more reasonable. So, thank you, Hyros. I don't know what you were initially thinking that was ever a good idea.
That's so very
because in a world where you're just able to 2-1 someone, then 3 out unscathed, and then just do it all over again with your 3 backup the same time that your 2 and 1 are backup.
yeah, that's stupid.
Just being able to cycle the combo is just never a good idea.
Vamana nerf. Alright, let's see what we got here.
His dash, increased cooldown. That's not a
whatever.
big deal. Alright, this is the big deal.
Yes.
His ult. Decreased physical power. That's still really good.
That's actually, yeah, I like that. That was so fucking annoying, man.
Well, no, I mean that's still good though. 85 power increase. That's still
Yeah,
a
it's still
stat.
good, but I mean, like, what else is there? Fixed a bug with
Fixed the
ability.
bug for this,
Wait,
providing a base amount of shield per tick rather than a percentage of his max HP. So you're telling me that it
oh
wasn't based off his
no.
max HP this entire time. It was just based off of the amount, based off of a flat amount.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever.
What?
Oh my. Wait. What? Wait. So you're telling me that he now has? So he heals and he gains shield at the same time now in his ult? Excuse me.
Wait, hold on,
Hyros?
hold on. Wait, are we reading this wrong? I'm having a brain aneurysm. I'm dying right now.
Unless they wrote this wrong, but I think the way this reads,
What?
this
Are
little
we
guy's
sure this is a
making
nerf?
big- One of the most aggressive warriors in the game is able to pressure and kill anybody. We're nerfing the cooldown as mobility and physical gains. Additionally, the amount of shield stacking was not working as intended, which has led to a few shifts. This will now begin working off of percentage health again at a lesser amount, which could still be a big late game buff. We also need to get cap in there. They didn't mention anything about the heal. I don't know if that's a typo.
This will now begin working off of percent health. Okay. Hold on. First of all, I want to skip the health first. 1,000 health cap? You might as well not even put a fucking cap. What is that?
Well, first, I was just saying, because like usually you're never gonna reach that cap anyway.
No, what the
You don't
fuck is
usually reach that
1,000
cap.
health? Okay. No, it is a
It's a
typo.
bug.
High res is stupid. I'm looking it
Okay,
up right
thank
now.
God. This is a typo, right? This is wrong.
Yes, it says he's getting way less. Somebody said it was getting way less than 2% max health and shields, but now it's 0.75. So
0.75 shield gain from
yes,
his
max health and shields. So they messed that up.
Okay.
Or
okay,
we're just
so-
stupid, but I don't think we are. Okay, so let's say that he will always have 1,000 health for his ult. If he gets 100 health per shield. Let's say he gets 100 health for shield. Now he only has 900 more health that he can have. And so let's say he gets another 100. Now he only has 800 more health. Regardless of whether or not you damage him. Let's say you damage him back down. That means that at some point he's going to stop getting shield. If that makes sense at all. He only...
You're basically saying that, like, no matter what, it's the ult will give him a maximum of 1,000 health. And then, like, even if, like, say if, like, he
ran out of shield.
Let's say that he actually built up the 1,000 health shield, but his ult is still going. If you attack him and say, like, do like 300 damage or something, now he's got 700 health shield. He won't build up to 1,000 again. It'll stay at 700 because he's already met that cap.
Yeah, he'll only be able to have 700 more. Let's think of it as like a pool. He has a pool of 1,000 health, and for his shield, every time that he keeps getting a shield, it won't ever. He'll run out. How it
plays out in game, because there's two ways that reads out. You could either be that way, where like just flat out gets 1,000 over time, and then after that, he's done. His health shield is done, and you can just damage it down, and you won't replenish it after 1,000. Or it could be the cap where it's like his cap is 1,000, but because it says, Vamana now gains point, it says per tick. Like, does that mean the ticks are gone? Once he reaches the cap of 1,000, the ticks are gone. But then if he gets damaged and he's no longer at the 1,000 cap, do the ticks stop as well, or do they keep going until he gets to the 1,000 cap again? Does it replenish to 1,000?
No, there's two ways
that can read. I feel like.
I think
the way that you're saying it is a much bigger nerf than the way.
Yeah, that's what I think it is.
The way that I'm thinking of it, it doesn't really seem like it's much of a change.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip this entire. I'm gonna like fucking cut it up because.
Yeah,
this
we're gonna
is
have
fucking...
to, I think, because in the end this reads two different ways. We're just gonna have to see how it is in game. Because honestly, I think that my way is the way I'm thinking about it is more plausible. Because if you were to do it your way, you're basically saying that once you reach that cap of 1,000.
You can't get any more shield.
You can't get any more shield past the way I'm reading is past 1,000. It stops at 1,000, but then once you get damaged, I feel like the ticks will proc in again. Like, say if you go down to 600 or something, it'll start going up to 1,000 again. And then you get damaged, and then it'll keep going until you're at 1,000 and then stop.
That would be stupid. That would be so useless, though. Right?
Yeah, that's like the way it reads. It sounds to me at first glance, based off the way it sounds like it would work to me. It sounds like it's just normal Vamana ult.
Yeah, yeah. The way it reads is exactly how I read it at first.
Because the way it sounds to me is that they were worried that maybe Vamana was getting like way above 1,000 health shield, which I don't think was really the case too often. But yeah. I mean, maybe I don't know. We'll have to see how it is in game. That would be a huge change to Vamana in total if it was the way you said, because then you can actually burst him down. Yeah.
Also, I think it was at 2% of max health, and now it's at 0.75, so that's even better.
That's much better.
But yeah, no, they need to. I think they need to talk to their editor, the one that updates their site.
Write, man. They don't know how to write with clarity.
No, this is dog shit.
This is like left up to the imagination.
Yeah, this is absolute horseshit. I can get a fucking high schooler to write better than this. Like, I don't know. Fucking, what is this?
Sorry, Iris, we love you, but you don't know how to write.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ. Fire that man. On to the next. They're buffing Daji. I don't know how I feel about that. 17 to now 15. It's not that big of a deal, but I mean,
2 seconds.
That's still
significant, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, plus cooldown.
It is only her dash or teleport.
Yeah.
I mean,
that means she's able to get up. She's able to leave a lot quicker. Get out of situations. So
and chase down as well a lot faster.
Daji late game just one shots, and I hate that. Same thing with Najah. It's so annoying to go up against, but we'll see.
Ji Hachiman, bro.
Oh, it's about fucking time.
Bro, he literally just got replaced by Ishtar. Let's see what his buffs are.
So this is his passive. MP5 decreased. This is passive, right? I don't play this god.
Yeah, this is passive.
MP5 decreased from 0.3 per level to 2 per level.
That's a slight nerf. That's a slight nerf. Just to
Hachiman
balance
now
things
gains
out.
attack speed per stack. 2% plus 0.1 per level for each stack, so a maximum of 2%.
So it's a late game, he essentially just gets passively 20% attack speed. So he essentially just gets 20% attack speed and a decent bit of MP5 by the end of the game.
Ooh, I wonder
Which
if you're
honestly,
able to build
actually,
him.
this might be really good stacked with Griffin Wing.
Yeah, actually. Oh wait, you may actually
because if you think about it, Griffin Wing is like really good on characters with the long range autos like Xbalanque, Ishtar, and Hachi. Hachi didn't really get much use of it just because he was so bad. Because nobody played him in the first place, but he is one of the hunters, one of the few hunters that utilize I mean all hunters utilize Griffin Wing pretty well just because the base stats are on, but like in terms of the passive itself, Hachiman actually, because his long range autos, gets more benefit out of it. But you think about the attack speed from Griffin Wing, plus the MP5 from Griffin Wing, plus now his
a lot of power.
Passive. His passive is essentially just Griffin Wing's base stats, essentially.
Yeah, Griffin Wing now has 55 power too. This actually might be. I'm thinking about this. Ishtar is gonna be better than Hachi, I think, in terms of like auto attack and base kit.
And
but
just utility is better.
Yeah, but Hachiman, his kit is revolved around like damage and not necessarily autos. I think that's like a split. And if they make him an ability based fucking Ishtar now, because you don't have to buy as much attack speed, you buy Griffin Wing, you can potentially make him ability based.
Well, not just that. Well, oh my god, wait, look at the Eagle Eye buff. Holy shit.
Increased damage, that's what I'm saying.
This is his long range autos.
Yeah.
That this pairs well with Griffin Wing as well. They're doubling the base power, and then also increasing the scaling. That's huge.
This is exactly what I thought. This is what I think they're doing. I think they're making him into more of a damage, because look, they increase base damage for his fucking 2 or his banner or whatever the fuck that is.
Right. But that passive plus the Eagle Eye, that's huge damage.
I think he's
I don't think that's not really even ability based though. Those two, the only one that's ability based increases the headline banner. Those two are auto attack based.
Yeah, but if he gets base attack speed, and you build Griffin Wing on him, which gives him a bunch of power.
You could afford to build more power because he already has attack speed.
Yeah, not like a pure like Uller, but like definitely like a hybrid type.
Thinking Kins would definitely be good on him too.
Plus his ult does a bunch of damage too as well. No! Why are we buffing the snake?
I mean, Jormungandr does a lot of damage. He's not really played that often.
I think he's also a sleeper pick in terms of solo.
I don't see him ever play in solo, really.
No, he's not. Yeah, I don't really see him. Actually, to be honest, I don't know.
You don't really see him play. I think this is warranted. I think he should be buffed. I don't think he should be buffed until... Okay, so let me see the buffs real quick. Decrease cooldown by 1 second. That's good, but that's not really anything. Fix an issue where he would lose the movement speed. Oh my god!
Oh,
dude,
I remember that shit.
That's the most annoying thing ever.
You just automatically slow down.
I thought that was like a feature. I thought like if you, it's like, oh, I got auto attack. My movement speed's gone. That was never supposed to be a thing.
That's wild.
Wait, I thought that was a part of the.
I thought it was part of it too. Okay. Brother, it took you this long to figure that shit out? God damn.
Okay. So essentially, just fucking, dude, it's been like ingrained with Jormungandr. I thought that was a part of the ability the whole time. God damn, that was never supposed to be the fucking intention.
Yeah.
And then they reduced the early part. Okay, so this isn't a big buff, to be honest.
No, it's not. It's fine.
I'd say the biggest buff because that happens it happens so often whenever you just lose the movement speed whenever you're getting out of stealth. Yeah. That's actually the biggest buff right there, which it was always supposed to be that way, apparently.
Overflowing divinity. That's whatever.
Base damage. That's nothing.
Cares.
Osiris.
Ooh, increased base HP 5. Yeah. Increased base physical protection by. I guess that's just scale up.
Gonna make him fairly more tanky in the laning phase and late game, I suppose. More so in the laning phase, I feel like.
Increased. This is his 2.
That's a decent buff. I don't think that's anything too substantial, but that's I'm happy with that. It's good.
Fine. Set shift. Fuck.
Oh, it's a bug.
Wait, fixed a bug where Sandstorm will go on cooldown immediately after teleporting to spawn up. I don't remember that happening. I guess it's just like a thing that was somewhat happening. This caused issues with CDR where Set could cast Sandstorm twice, but the second ability would have an inaccurate duration. Now the cooldown always starts. Okay, this is oh! Oh! What the fuck? Why? Wait, why did you do this? Oh. Oh no. Oh my god, this literally just means Set can teleport across the map even if you're getting 40% cooldown, this is on 6 seconds.
They didn't learn their lesson from Horus.
Oh no.
This is essentially the same thing as Horus. They reduced the cooldown. If you're going to reduce this cooldown, I think they should have done it to 12 seconds.
Yeah, that would still be a good. But I'm not entirely sure why Set is in a good place. He's in a fine place.
Set's really good in Joust. He was really good
in Joust. Oh wait, and they I don't know if you remember, but Set in Joust has an actual buff to him. So he has a little buff thing as his fucking. Oh no. All right. Well, I'm playing more Set because Jesus Christ, you literally use your 3, you ult 3, and you kill them, and then it comes right up as your ult ends, so that you just leave. Usually when you use your ult, then you use your 3. As soon as your ult came out, you had to wait like a couple seconds to get out. So you were just sitting there for like a couple seconds. That's not gonna be a thing, I don't think anymore. You're gonna get in and get out. So
you're gonna imagine it's like, well, if you have max cooldown, it's like what, like
6 second cooldown.
Like 6.5 second cooldown. How long does Set ult last for?
I don't remember. It's a decent amount.
Not less than 5 seconds. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So, all right. Thanks, Hi-Rez. Set's gonna be more in the meta, and he was already in a good place. But go off, I guess.
You guys didn't learn your lesson with Horus. It's the same type of fucking change, egregious change to his movement abilities.
Yeah. What are we doing with this cooldown shit?
Decrease cooldown on her 1, so she can heal herself more often and get her blaze up much more frequent and stay up longer. I mean, Soul's always been good. She's not necessarily OP right now, though.
She's fine. In Conquest, she's kind of mid.
She was S tier in the beginning of the season, I feel like.
Yeah, she was really good. I think this is because the healing doesn't heal as much. They're trying to compensate by cooldown, having it on faster, I guess, but...
Well, that also just helps her damage, too, because she can keep her blaze up for longer.
Right. Yeah, that's true, too. So, awesome. This is the only thing they did. The Wukong.
Bro,
this man...
He needs more utility in his kit, man. He's just damage. I don't understand.
Yeah, 10 power is nothing in terms of like what he actually needs.
He's got like a knock-up and a stun, but that's tied to one ability that he has to waste, and the other 2 are just damage. And then his ult is just damage and healing. He needs more utility. He's got a slow. That's about it.
Yeah, I honestly, if he just needs to be buffed. I feel doesn't do anything. So, whatever. We're buffing Sylvanas. Increase minion effectiveness from 25% healing and damage to 35%. Cool.
You can clear better and heal your own allied minions.
That's fine.
That's fine. Sylvanas is not really in the best place right now. He's not played too often, so it's good to buff him like this.
Decrease cooldown. Oh my god. Early game?
3 seconds early and then a second late game. That's pretty good.
Really good early game.
Tier buff.
Why?
Tier now is an additional benefit based on the stances when he's using his ultimate. Guard senses. What the fuck, dude? Okay.
Wait. Whoa.
Wait, so okay, why are we giving Tier even more CC? So you're telling me you can hit it. Wait a minute. 1 second.
Yeah.
Wait, so if someone's running away from you and you tier ult them in the guard stance, you stun them for a whole second, and then you could proceed to line up a tier montage?
Yeah, I don't...
So it's not enough that this god's oppressive as shit, like similar to Herc, where he just pushes you around everywhere with like a double knock up smack combo, but now if they're trying to run away from you after that combo, or you're trying to chase them down, you could just stun them. Not only that, if you want to finish them off, 25 increased damage on that beefy ult.
Wait, his
Are you
ult is
kidding me?
huge, dude. Like
His
the
ultimate
circle.
does so much damage. His ult already does a lot of damage. 25 increased damage. I don't know which is better. Honestly, that's just a huge utility. You can go for the stun, I guess, if they're relatively high health, or you can honestly just execute people if you really wanted to.
Jesus Christ.
That's a humongous buff, and I don't think it's even close to being warranted. I think Tyr was already in a good spot. I don't think he was meta, but I also think he was dog shit. I think like if you were good with Tyr, you can dominate the game.
Yeah, like his, my God, he has 25% increased damage.
And there's and then also, I don't know which is better. They're both good, to be honest. This is just on his ult though, but I mean, dude, the utility. I think anytime you add increased utility, especially CC effects like a stun, is huge. I think that's like a huge change. I'm playing Tyr more often. I don't play Tyr at all. I don't
either.
Any worship.
He's fun as hell, but Jesus Christ.
I think I played him like once or twice in Assault. I'm gonna start playing him now.
Yeah, this guy is
based up because I think this is disgusting. I think he's gonna be disgusting, especially because oh my God, dude, Joust. Okay, we're all close quarters.
Yeah,
so it's very easy to line things up. And then also the dude knocking people into your towers with the increased T1
oh no,
buff.
yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Tyr is gonna be a meta pick in Joust. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Nice, great, cool.
I think he's also gonna be disgusting in Conquest. I think
absolutely.
he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be quite as oppressive as like Afro was, because Afro was just a different breed altogether. I think he's gonna be like high win rate god though.
Yeah.
At least 50%, at least 55%, I think.
Fun. Okay, what is this? Non-Conquest Balance. This is what else. Set has this. Set has a Non-Conquest Balance.
Okay.
This is the type of stuff I was talking about.
These are buffs.
Wait.
Why are we buffing Kuzenbo?
Kuzenbo.
Are we making it where he takes less? Why is he taking less damage?
Minus 5% damage taken. So does he just have like 5% damage mitigation?
He basically just has 5% damage mitigation on top of the mitigation that he already has, on top of building mitigation build that he was already building.
No, wait, what are you doing?
Why are we building Kuzenbo or buffing Kuzenbo?
Why are we regressing?
I was about to say that maybe because he wasn't being built in Conquest as much, but this is literally
this is non-conquest.
Yeah,
he's not being played enough in Duel. No, it's got to be like Slash.
Maybe Slash, but I mean like this applies to everything else too. Why would you do this in Joust? This is
oh my God, he's even better now.
This is never for Duel, because obviously no one's ever gonna build Kuzenbo with Duel. This is mostly for Slash, Assault, and Joust, which I guess I can see that for Slash. But this heavily influences Joust because Kuzenbo is very good in Joust.
Jesus.
It just makes him even better.
Olorun minus 10% ultimate cooldown.
That's a decent amount.
I don't care. This makes Olorun that much better in Duel though, so.
Yeah. That's disgusting in Kuzenbo though.
Nerfs. Atlas, thank you.
Ooh, on his non-ultimate cooldowns, 5%. All of his abilities have 5% more cooldown.
So wait, you have to literally build 10% cooldown just to get baseline. Wow.
Ultimate cooldown. Oh no. Okay, so all of
his for his ultimate
cooldown. Well, his ultimate 10%, then 5% for his his other ones too.
So really only have 5% when you build 10%. That's fine. I like that. Oh no!
Takes more damage.
Your boy, wait, he just takes more. What kind of nerf is this? Wait,
not only that. Here's the thing too. Horus in all game modes, but especially Joust too. His damage. He relied a lot on like Axe.
Yeah.
Or being tanky from the starter items. He might be I don't think he's gonna be horrible. I don't think he's gonna be very good though. Like he was like borderline S tier. He's like definitely A tier. I think he might get bumped down to like either low A tier or high B tier after this.
I just found it funny
between his 3 getting nerfed having more damage taken and having starter items because you can imagine starter items be taken out. There's a lot of gods. The god pool is going to change drastically. I feel like 'cause some gods rely on starters more than others.
Yeah. I just found it
Horus is
funny
one of them.
when
they rely. Well, all my fucking favorite gods get nerfed.
no, it's not even that. It's just that I looked at it, I was like, oh no, your boy, and then you just all I heard is like you, like fucking very sad, just like he takes 5% more damage. Like what? What kind of nerf is that? Okay.
I don't know.
So everyone,
I feel like it's one of those things where I feel like Horus is getting like wombo comboed, like shafted on. Like I said, I mean, honestly, the 3 should have been nerfed.
yeah.
But in typical high-res fashion, some like they just fucking go overboard. Granted, they can't like tailor-made this for like specifically. It's like we gotta make sure like Horus is in a good. All these other gods and all these other things that they think about, they're not gonna think about every god in their situations. It's like Horus is nerfed to his 3, plus he relies on like starter items, not like completely, but like you know what I mean. Like Sentinels is huge for his kit. Or I mean, Sundering Axe is huge for his kit. Sometimes Sundering can also be, or Sentinels can be huge for his kit. And then now he just takes more damage too. That's kind of big.
Everyone just has
all those in conjunction with each other.
Everyone just has 5% more. Wait, would that just be true damage?
Yeah, it's just more. No, it's not true damage.
Or is it 5%?
It's just like a Spear of the Magus proc on him.
Oh yeah, that's usually still low. And then Nem.
That's kind of a shift. She has more damage taken as well, but then she actually has 10% less cooldown.
Wait, is that a nerf?
That's a shift because it says. Oh wait. They're both. Is that a plus on the damage taken or mine? That's a plus, right?
Wait, am I stupid?
Is that a plus?
That's a minus. They're both minus.
Are they both minuses? Because the bottom one looks a little weird to me.
Okay, Hi-Rez, I need you to hire someone new because Kuzenbo can't be under buffs and have minus 5% damage taken when Nemesis has minus 5% damage taken and is under nerfs. Also,
I think that's also might, because all the other ones are like clearly like white, and then that one seems like kind of like blurred out. So I'm wondering if that's actually a plus. Can you zoom into it? Damage taken.
Oh shit! Thanks, Hi-Rez. What the fuck?
No, it was blurred. Okay, so it's negative.
But it has minus 10% non-ultimate cooldowns, just like Olorun has minus 10%. This is a buff.
I think they meant to say plus. I think that she's getting nerfed to where she's taking more damage and her
I don't know.
Non-ultimate cooldowns are getting, but that's not the way it reads.
I have no fucking clue. Hi-Rez. I love you.
So so here's a question. Do we go based off, I'm more inclined to believe that it's a nerf based off of its placement under nerfs, and I'm more willing to believe that's just a typo with the plus and negatives. They might have got confused on that. But you can interpret that in 2 different ways. I think it's more plausible that it is a nerf, that these are just, she's going to take more damage and are non-cool, and everything's going to have 10% more cooldown. But again, guys, like, what do you guys need to fix your typing?
Guys, come on.
That's like bad.
Alright, so whatever. That's all.
The biggest thing, set 3, tier, disgusting, spectral, good.
Vamana,
huge.
A clarification, maybe.
We're gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to test it in game. We're gonna have to see how that works, you and me.
Yeah.
Like damage Vamana.
Spectral now is pretty nice.
Huge Joust changes.
This,
oh my God.
Fuck this item, brother. You know.
This is either gonna be dog shit or really overpowered, and the way it reads, I think it's
gonna be overpowered.
okay.
I think.
We're gonna see.
Joust changes.
Going back to where it used to be, which I think is a good spot for it all along. I think they were playing a little too much with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was actually, I would say, I don't know how I feel about Joust. I'll have to see about that, but
It's a big change.
I like Joust changes because Hi-Rez doesn't give a fuck about anything besides Conquest. Literally, the only thing they care about, which I understand why. It's where all the money is. It's SPL. It's what makes, it's the most popular game mode outside of Arena. But damn, brother, Nobody gives a shit about anything. No, like, when was the last Joust actual update? Like, never. So I'm a little, you know, not to see, but I kind of like it. It's like a shift. But yeah, I think overall it was a good update. So with that being said, do you have any final words you'd like to give us? All right. Well said. I really enjoyed that. So, but with that being said, thank you guys for watching.